I think that's enough room right there to put the bike. What we're about to do is about to put our fuel pump in this thing. Where is it? Okay, I think it's in that box right there. So let's get this out. Make sure the charger's charging. It's one of those lithium batteries. We got a tropical storm or something. It's supposed to be passing, but I could at least get it out of here. All right, here we go. Bike is out. So now get to the fuel pump and the fuel filter. They're under there. Hopefully I don't have to take the tank off again. I might take it off because I want to check the, there's some stuff under there I want to check. I don't want to take it off, but believe it or not, taking the tank off isn't all that bad. It's them doggone carburetors, boy. When I took them off, when was it, last year? To clean them, oh my goodness. That was, I thought I was gonna have to drop the engine, but I didn't, thank God. It's really, really tight getting them out. But once you do it one time, it's really not that bad. Afterwards, it just sucks. But I did an oil change on it, new filter. Do you remember if we did an air filter on this thing? But I know I cleaned the carbs. I cleaned and etched the tank and lined it because it was horrible in there. New spark plugs, new oil and oil filter. I put new brake pads, front and rear. Might have to replace the front brake line because I noticed the strap when it was on the trailer. The strap was underneath, and when you cinched the strap, it had this line. I mean, it was pinched on a horrible angle. So the plastic line inside the outer rubber sleeve, I guess. Hopefully it's not broken. The brake was work, but God knows how long. But like I said, today's about the fuel pump. It's under there somewhere. So just to get to it. All right. To get to that freaking fuel filter and the fuel pump, you got to remove the battery box. You got to remove the intake tube that connects to the frame. Basically, there's a metal tube that's part of the frame that's part of the intake ductwork. That has to be removed. You got to loosen up the rear fender. So the rear fender has to be removed and pulled backwards. You got to, of course, disconnect the hoses, which are stiff as heck. Of course, the seat got to come off. You got to disconnect the wiring here so you can move that out of your way. Then you could get the filter off, which you saw on that side. Oh, you got to remove the filler for the coolant. Then you could flip the box. It's not coming out. I think to get the box out, you got to move the rear wheel. If you move the rear wheel, the box will slide right out the back. But you can flip it in the frame. Oh, the exhaust got to come off. The exhaust for the rear cylinder that runs towards the left, that has to come off. And then you get access here. Of course, this cover here came off. You got to remove that. And there's the pump. I'm not sure if this pump working or not, but since we got a brand new pump, we're gonna go ahead and stick it in. We got a brand new filter, we're gonna go ahead and stick it in. I don't think they've ever been changed. But let's go ahead and do this. That was a lot of freaking work. That was a lot of work. And something to think about, the more stuff you add to the bike, the more expensive it's gonna be when you take the bike to get repaired. Because the person doing the work has to move all that stuff out of the way. Just something to think about. But that was not easy. And all motorcycles are not like this. I had a Yamaha YZF 600R, which is known as a Thundercat overseas in Europe. And that thing was easy to work on. Well, let me rephrase that. It was easier than this to work on. This is a Honda Shadow. But let's go ahead and get back to work. All right, the new fuel pump is in, the new fuel filter is in. I'm starting to put stuff back together. That's the old fuel filter and the old fuel pump. The filter definitely needed to be changed. When they had all that rust and crap in the tank, the inlet was, I wouldn't say it was fully clogged, but it was getting there. Plus there's cracks in the housing of the filter. This stuff right here, that came out of the filter. This came out of the fuel line.